use it half my HP with one move, bro. I'm gonna die. Yeah, I'm dead. He just almost one-shot me, bro.
Now you may be asking yourself, what was the difference between the attacker and the defender that made the defender get absolutely destroyed? Well, I'll tell you. It's a little thing called an elemental sword that you get for clearing 5 mobs. I'll talk about that later, but first, let's talk about the game itself. Deepwoken is absolute garbage, in my opinion, and Raguzer didn't learn a thing from Rogue. This video will be split up into segments where I talk about each of the main issues I have with the game. There are timestamps in the description and on the screen now. Now, Deepwoken has one fatal flaw. It was made on Roblox. Not only is it made on Roblox, but the entire map is all in one place, excluding the deep. So the servers are running the entire map and every player at the exact same time. This results in random frame drops all over the place, and the servers, oh my god, the servers. These are like the main servers that you're gonna find in Deepwoken. They have one in Virginia, Illinois, California, and Oregon. Those are most of the time what you're gonna be in if you hit play. Now, since I live in California, you would assume that, I'd have the best ping there, right? But no, I get better ping in Hong Kong. The Hong Kong server gives me better ping. The West Coast servers are absolute trash, and it is unplayable. No matter what. I'm not gonna go look through all my hours of footage, but there are a lot of just random frame drops for no reason. And I have a really good computer, like it's pretty good. I feel bad for people who play on laptops because they probably experience it, but like way worse. I know everybody watching this that has played Deepwoken has experienced frame drops in some way. Before I move on, I'm going to talk about some things that I like about Deepwoken so I don't look just like a negative asshole, because there are some things that I like about the game. There are a lot of steps up in mechanics compared to Rogue. The character creation is much better, you don't have to pay to choose your name, and you get to pick between 4 types of magic at the start of the game. And you don't have to get tomeless or anything, you always have magic unless you choose not to. The combat is fast paced and feels incredibly rewarding and fair most of the time. There are a lot of better systems in this game, like the reputation and the food and thirst system, even though it's really just annoying, but it is a step up. And I like the armor system better than Rogue's as well, and the crafting is also always welcome. Alright, that's enough being nice. Let's get back to hating. So at the end of the day, what you need to do in Deepwoken to become stronger and progress is fight the PVE mobs and monsters. All of the early game monsters are just bandits, and all the mid game monsters are just bandits. And all the late game monsters are the same 4 things you're going to fight over and over in the depths because it takes 50 hours to get to max level. There's nothing wrong with taking a long time to progress and fighting like the same things over and over, but the problem is you can't do it well or consistently because none of the servers have decent ping or run well at all. Not to mention, you're basically required to farm in the depths late game, and you have to have a group for that. You have to have somebody with undying flames so you can rest at campfires because you can't use fire in the depths. You have to have a large group to keep yourself safe because people like to camp the depths and kill you. So 50 hours later, you did it. You made it to level 45. Now you think, oh, I can handle myself in some PvP. And you'd mostly be right. Until you run into somebody using an elemental sword or like shadow magic or something. In that case, you're gonna have a bad time. So with there being 5 different options of magic, you know, that's not that many. You'd think they'd have it pretty well balanced. You know, every magic has its own AoE, every magic has a single target or whatever. But there is a definite objective best magic, and it's the one that you have to work to get. To cast spells, you need to consume a resource called Ether. Ether slowly regenerates whenever you cast a spell, so you'll never run out unless you run out of Reservoir, which is the second resource that regenerates your Ether. Now, Shadow Magic has the biggest hitbox moves in the game, the largest by far. I don't know if it does the most damage, but it's up there. But the hitboxes are just insane. And it has a click teleport, by the way, just to throw that out there. And Shadow removes Ether from whoever you hit with it. So if you have Shadow Magic and you're fighting somebody else, they can't use magic back, which is like a lot of damage. So you can have your way with anybody as long as you keep hitting them with Shadow Magic, which is really easy to do because the hitboxes are super fucking big. Some spells are just plain fucking nuts too. Mid to late game magic PvP is just a fuckfest of getting one shot. Like, look at this damage right here. This is one move from a dude like 5 levels above. Why? How did this get past testing? They were testing for like a year. And there's all this unbalanced shit in the game. There's also a sword in the game that's easy to get and scales with your magic stat, which will always be maxed because it takes 3 minutes to max it out just by using a spell on a Sharko or whatever. The sword is absurd. It's disgusting. It does magic damage and it scales with your magic stat. Just think about that. So what's going to happen is you're going to have people feel like they're God while just one-shotting each other with their spells, and most of the time there's going to be horrendous ping or frames and it's hard to fight against it. So let's just watch this clip I have playing right now and just, does this look like fun? Do you want to be on the receiving end of this 1v4?
You fucking monster! You're a fucking monster!
Two!
Oh my fucking god!
You launched one off the map.
I'm back. What happened?
Sebastian's boss rating!
It's a 1v1.
Y'all suck. They all suck.
He's a fucking monster!
So how do you get that strong? Well, you need to get lucky in an RNG system to get the best talents possible, and if you don't get the ones you want, well, sorry, wipe yourself, grind another 60 hours. So whenever you level up, you'll be presented with a few cards, either being mantras, which are abilities, or talents, which are passives. Now, there are talents in the game where they're just disgustingly good buffs, and they call them legendary talents. So how do you get those? Well, you have to raise an invisible stat called luck. Oh, well, how do I do that? To do that, you kill players. Oh, that promotes PvP, that's good, right? Well, see, the problem is it doesn't matter what level the player you killed is. So you could be level 50 and kill some level 5 dude and be fine, right? So what happens is you have huge guilds will sit on the starting island and just kill fresh spawns all day. Just do it all fucking day. And that's how they get their legendary talents. That doesn't sound so good anymore, does it? That doesn't promote PvP, that promotes fresh spawn farming. So in Deepwoken, there's a system of RNG buffs that you can get on weapons randomly. So whenever you clear out a bandit camp or kill a random event monster, it'll drop a chest on the ground, and it could contain a weapon in it. And there could be a chance that the weapon has a curse or a blessing. Now what these do is add stupidly overpowered buffs to the weapon that you just can get randomly. Just completely random for a stupid low chance at any level, anytime. So you could just be incredibly unlucky and fight some dude that has a blessing or a curse and you die in 2 left clicks. But that's fun. And we need more RNG like that. I'm glad that we still have that. Not to mention, just the entire existence of resonances just does not sit sound with me. I don't know much about them, but all I know is that they're just random buffs that you can get while in the depths. I don't know if there's a level requirement or anything, but I've seen one where it's just your time erase, like, and it's random. Like, it's random which one you get. So, yay RNG, we love it. So at the end of the day, I don't think Deepwoken is an enjoyable experience. But the thing is, in spite of all these problems, I would still play this game all the time if the performance wasn't absolute dog ass. I would put up with all these issues because I need something to do, and you know, bandit beating is a good waste of time, but no, you can't even bandit beat because ping is absolutely horrendous. That is my one biggest complaint about this game, is that you can't play it. You barely can play the game. Now, that's all I have to say about Deepwoken. I might make more videos on it with the shit I have recorded, but I don't know. Thanks for watching. Fuck Deepwoken. Fuck Ruser. Goodbye.